How to become securely attached if you have an anxious attachment style. This is something I can speak about because for the past few years, I did the inner work to be able to heal and go from anxious to secure. And here are the top 5 steps that helped me go from anxious to secure. First step is to go from co-regulation to self-regulation. Now, first of all, what is emotional regulation? It is the body's ability to go back to a state of balance after experiencing stress. Now, people with an anxious attachment style, they co-regulate. This means that they use relationships, especially romantic ones, to give them a sense of security, balance, and stability. So to be able to heal, it's really important to learn how to self-regulate, how to depend on yourself to create this state of balance, of security, of stability, of love, and instead of outsourcing it to someone else or being in a relationship with another partner. There's so many tools for nervous system regulation. The ones that I found most effective were meditation, breath work. The second step is to build a strong internal self-worth. Just attached people place their sense of self-worth in their romantic relationship, and that's why they constantly seek the validation of their partner. Now, of course, the downside of this is that when their partner chooses to leave, when that relationship is no longer going to continue, they lose everything they know themselves to be. The sense of identity, their worthiness, everything falls apart. It's like having a tabletop that's standing only on one leg. Once you knock this leg down, the whole table falls apart. But when you have a strong self-worth that comes from within, it doesn't matter whether this person chooses to leave or not. Your worthiness, your value is still intact. Of course, you can experience grief, you can feel sad, but it does not take away who you are. Step number 3 to go from anxious to secure is to know your patterns. One of the most life-changing skills that I learned over time is the ability to recognize patterns. People with an anxious attachment style have certain thinking, feeling, and behaving patterns. Now, the power lies in being able to recognize these patterns, because once you become aware of them, once you understand them, then you're able to influence, to change your behavior, to change how you're thinking about yourself, about relationships, about situations. Change your feeling, the emotion that you are creating in your body, and the way you respond to these thoughts and feelings. And of course, also learning about your triggers. What situations, what kind of people set you off, cause your nervous system alarm to go on, and change what you don't know. So first, you have to be aware of your patterns, and then you can influence or change them. Step number 4 to go from anxious to secure is to practice assertive communication. Assertive communication means expressing your thoughts, opinions, and needs without aggression, blame, or judgment. You don't justify or over-explain. You basically state what you need and let other people make a decision about how they're going to respond to that. I can't tell you how powerful assertive communication is. In the beginning, it might not feel comfortable because you're not used to it. You might feel a little bit guilty because anxiously attached people, they tend to take responsibility for how others feel. But one thing that you need to remember is that other people's feelings is not your responsibility. So don't feel guilty about having needs and expressing your needs, as long as you're communicating them without aggression, without blame, without judgment or pointing fingers. One thing that comes with assertive communication is being able to say no without feeling guilty. Say no. Stop people pleasing. You're not here in this life to make everybody feel happy. Your primary responsibility is to take care of your own well-being. When you are in a better state, you have something better to offer to other people who deserve your time and your energy. Number 5 to go from anxious to secure is to be familiar. Learn about patterns of unhealthy relationships and insecure people. Just like I talked before about patterns, patterns are so powerful. Once you're able to read people from their behavior, you can make more effective decisions in terms of the kinds of relationships and the kinds of people that you choose to invest in. You become really good at reading people's behaviors. You stop believing words, you wait for the action, you value consistency, reliability, and you give yourself time to build trust. Trust is something that is earned. You can't give it to someone. The person has to earn your trust over time and over situations. This is something that gave me so much pain. So I'm telling you, you can save yourself so much time, so much heartbreak when you learn about the patterns of healthy and unhealthy relationships and insecure people as well. So you can tell the difference between the good ones that you want to invest in and the bad ones that you want to stay away from. Now, if you have an anxious attachment style and you want to take action to go from anxious to secure, you want to cut this time, have someone who can guide you through the roadmap, there's a link in the description below. Click on it to book a free breakthrough call with me. We're going to go through the specifics of your situation, see if we are a good fit to work together. You don't have to take years to go from anxious to secure. You can do it in a matter of months when you have someone who can guide you through the exact steps. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this. Make sure to watch the next video coming up. Be kind to yourself. I'll see you in the next one.